So now I'm going to show you how to wire a USB plug. Now I'm going to do it a little bit harder than normally. When you are wiring it, if you have another plug junction to it, you'll have to do this. I'm junctioning 2 wires off of it. And when you're doing this, USBs have to be plugged into these little holes in the back. I don't know if you could see them. There's little holes. One side is black wires, one side is white wires. I have the power off, and what I'm going to do now is the only hard part of this is I had to pigtail the ground because there's only 1 screw on it, and I have 2 wires going in, so I had to pigtail that. So you have minimal room in the box with these. So whatever you do with the wires, you have to keep them nice and tight and close. So that's what I'm trying to do. And the first one I'm going to, which one do I want to put in there? I think I want to put this one down here. And it's a little bit complicated because you have to screw them both in at the same time because there's only 1 screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this like this, and I'm going to I have a 1/2 inch of wire exposed. You don't need any more of that. And I'm going to put it in 1 hole and hold it in there, put it in the next one, and I'm going to push on it so I keep it in there. And now I'm going to take the screwdriver and I'm going to tighten it down, if I can. So I got them in there. I'm hoping I got them in there. I'm going to tighten it down more with this screwdriver. And I'm going to give it another twist because I don't want them coming out when I push them in the wall. And that one seems to be coming out. It's a little complicated. You got to have 4 hands to handle a whopper. That one still seems loose. Okay, so I tighten it down really good. Now I'm going to yank on it to make sure they don't come out. So when I go to put it in the wall, I'll bend these wires back so I can push it in. Normally you don't have this easy access. I have an open hole here so I can push the wires in and out as I want. You're not going to have that. You're going to be right up here on the plug. But you have to remember, this screw tightens that. And to take it off, you have to loosen the screw to take the wires off. Now I'm going to turn it this direction, and I'm going to get these in. Put one in this hole. Hold it in there. Bend it and get the next one in. Going to be a little bit of a booger. Okay, so now I'm going to hold them in there. I'm going to push on it as tight as I can, and I'm going to tighten it down. Give it another crank on there. So now they're not coming out. So the next thing is, I like to have well, it doesn't matter on this one. I usually like this down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend the wires to pre-do it to get it in the box. So that they're nice and flat. See how nice and flat they are? And they're still in there. Everybody's attached, nothing's exposed. So then I'm going to push it back through the box. But I'm going to pull those wires through and then get this in there. I hope you learned something. These aren't that hard to install, but they're big and they don't like to fit into the boxes real well. So you have to get all the wires to the back as close as you can, so that you have room when you put the receptacle in there to screw it down. But I hope you learned something. Even a man can do it. Have a good one. Bye.